I'm Leo. We're here in the beautiful Pacific Northwest in Squamish. A bit about myself. I'm currently working on a second van build, and in the past I've worked as an educator in schools. The first time I tried mushrooms, I was camping with some friends by a lake in a beautiful forested area. We took 2 grams, and at the time I didn't know what was going on, but there was actually kind of a bad vibe amongst my friend group, and when the mushrooms really kind of took over, they gave me the confidence to go out and venture on my own, gave me the energy to explore and do what I needed in that moment, which was to walk around and feel connected and grounded. I found the sense of peace and appreciation for myself. I actually cried in a beautiful release of emotion, and just felt a lot of hope and self-love in that moment. Like it was gonna be okay, I was gonna make it, and I was right where I needed to be. It was a really beautiful experience. I found mushrooms at a time when I was questioning a lot in my life. I wasn't unhappy, but I definitely wasn't fulfilled. And especially with my first trip, I really realized that I had been living for other people up until that point, throughout schools and jobs, the 9 to 5, and I wasn't really doing what I wanted to do. And I know that's something a lot of people can relate with. But yeah, it was also a time where I was abusing a lot of other drugs, especially alcohol. And yeah, mushrooms found me and made me really question just the societal pressures that we live and how to break away from those norms. Yeah, it was a really important transition in my life, and the mushrooms help guide that transition into being just more aware and follow happiness. I still use psilocybin fairly regularly, anywhere from microdosing when I'm trying to work or be productive, or microdosing when I'm on a hike and wanting to reconnect with nature. And sometimes up to 1 gram when I want to be at a dance and surrounded by other people. I really think there is a form of using psilocybin for every kind of occasion in your life when you're feeling called for it. It can really help bring you back into yourself, into your body, and bring awareness to everything you're doing. And in contrast to that, I see a lot of my friends who are using alcohol, for example, they become numb to who they are and numb to what they're doing. And I think mushrooms kind of have that opposite effect. It's uplifting, and you feel true, everything you're doing has a purpose and a meaning. And so I definitely would recommend, or yeah, still, at least for myself, use psilocybin mushrooms regularly. So I don't really know a lot of different strains of mushrooms. Up until a few months ago, I only knew about the golden teachers. And then I was introduced to a strain called Penis Envy, which I tried a microdose of just to see and notice that it was stronger. And I don't know really why, but that definitely led me to be very curious about the different strains and how you can use them in different settings or in different quantities depending on where you are versus a hike versus a party. I'm sure there's more information out there on when to use the specific strains and in the quantities and the right amounts for the experience that you want to have. When I recommend mushrooms to my friends who've never tried them before, I try and cater depending on their fear level surrounding psilocybin. So for the most fearful, I would definitely start with microdosing. It's really such a small amount, they can just feel this overall sense of well-being without a feeling an overwhelming feeling of being on any kind of drug. And for someone who is actually interested in going more introspective and dive in deeper, anything up to 1 gram is what I would safely recommend somebody. And obviously recommend for them to be in a safe setting, with other people for the first time, so that they feel really comfortable and safe doing something new when you try something new. And then they have the option to explore further along their mushroom journey, to dive deeper into the larger doses. Thanks so much for listening. I hope that this might encourage somebody to give it a try, and I hope that they benefit you as much as they have for me. you.